Then we have the 6 Goswamis of Vrindavan, and we'll sing this famous verse from Sad Goswami Ashtakam. You can repeat line after line. Nana Shastra Vicharane Kanipuno
Nana Shastra Vicharine Kanipuno
Tadharma Sanstapako
Sadharma Sanstapako
Lokanam Hitakarino Tribhuvane
Lokanam hitakarinam bhuvane
Anyau Sharanyakaro
Manyam sharanakaro
Radha Krishna Padaravinda Bhajana
Radha Krishna Padaravinda Bhajana
Nandena Mattaliko
Nandena Mattaliko
Vande Rupa Sanatano Raghuyugo
Vande Vasanatano
Shri Jiva Gopalako
Shri Jiva Gopalako
Vande Rupa Sanatano Raghuyugo
Vande Rupa Sanatano
Shri Jiva Gopalako
Shri Jiva Gopalako.
So this is, all of you know, is a famous Sadhu Goswami Ashtakam, offering prayers to the 6 Goswamis of Vrindavan: Rup Goswami, Sanatana Goswami, Raghunath Das Goswami, Raghunath Bhatt Goswami, Gopal Bhatt Goswami, and who's the youngest?
Jiva Goswami.
Jiva Goswami. So what does it say? That Nana Shastra. So actually, you will see in this Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, he gives references. Whatever he says, he gives reference to some scripture. Just like these days, when you write research paper, like Abhay Chaturvedi is a professor. So whatever you write in paper, you have to give a citation, right? From which paper you are taking that from. So similarly, you will see Rupa Goswami, whatever he writes in this book, he always gives some reference, or he always quotes relevant verses from different scriptures. Because Prabhupada explains in one lecture that during those days, people had respect for scriptures. So therefore, to convince the people, Prabhupada says, because people had faith on scriptures, so in order to convince Lokanam Hita, for their benefit, he wanted to present this, the Goswamis, they wanted to present the science of Krishna consciousness, giving reference of various scriptures, Nana Shastra. See, those days it was not easy. These days you want to search anything, go to Vedabase, go to Google, you can type something, you'll get the answer. But imagine those days, it would have been so difficult for them to collect all the manuscripts of various scriptures and actually refer them and find out the relevant verses. So they went through a lot of endeavor. Why? Loka Nam Hitakarin, for our benefit, to benefit all of us. So you see, Prabhupada is saying, Srila Rupa Goswami, can someone read this paragraph?
Srila Rupa Goswami is described as the Bhakti Rasacharya, or one who knows the essence of the devotional service. His famous book Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu is the science of devotional service, and by reading this book, one can understand the meaning of devotional services.
Yes. So we are all saying that we are doing bhakti, bhakti, bhakti. But actually, what is bhakti is a very, very deep subject. Various stages of bhakti, various limbs of bhakti. So all that will be covered in this book. Very, very detailed book. That is why it's called The Science of Devotional Service. And Rupa Goswami is actually Rupa Manjari in Krishna Lila. So this is the most celebrated book by Rupa Goswami, Srila Prabhupada says. And what is the speciality of Rupa Goswami? Is Pranam Mantra. What do we say? Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati So Padantikam. So Srila Rupa Goswami actually understood the meaning, the mood of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the heart of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and he established within this material world the mission to fulfill the desire of Lord Chaitanya. Right? When will he give me shelter under his lotus feet? So this Rupa Goswami is a very, very special place. in our sampradaya, because Rupa Goswami actually he understood the mood of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Does anyone know Leela from Chaitanya Charitamrita which shows this? Can you tell me in brief if someone knows?
Yeah, I think when the Rupa Goswami was traveling from Vrindavan to Puri, he wrote 2 verses, and we kept that verses somewhere, and then I don't exactly remember, but some one of the Parsad of Mahaprabhu, he read those 2 verses to Mahaprabhu, and Mahaprabhu told that how Rupa Goswami.
Actually, once Rupa Goswami is Jagannath Puri, he wrote some verses and put on the top of the thatched roof.
Yes.
Actually, Mahaprabhu personally came to meet Rupa Goswami because he was staying at Haridas Thakur Bhajan Kutir, Siddha Bakul. Mahaprabhu himself took and started reading. And we read, he was like so happy. And then when Rupa Goswami came, he mildly slapped him and said, Rupa, how did you understand my mind? That means the innermost feelings of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, that was understood by Rupa Goswami. Specifically, there was a verse about Rath Yatra, that how Rath Yatra is actually how Radharani is actually calling Krishna back to Vrindavan. So that verse Rupa Goswami wrote. So basically, this pastime showed that how Rupa Goswami was empowered to understand the inner mood of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, right? So therefore, Srila Prabhupada in his now this is preface of Nectar of Devotion. So you see, Prabhupada starts with Rupa Goswami. That this has been written by Rupa Goswami, and in his previous life, what was his name? Dabir Khas, right?
Yes, Prabhuji.
And then Prabhupada starts with this. So I think let's read Prabhupada's some of the his own words. That'll be highly purifying. So so I think let's start reading. So I think one by one you can take turns and read one paragraph. It'll be nice. Is that okay?
Yes, Prabhuji.
So maybe we can just take turns and start with whatever maybe Lata Naik Mataji, then Abhay Chetan Prabhu. So one by one, let's start reading.
Yes, Prabhuji. Shall I start?
Yes, yes.
The Nectar of Devotion is a summary study of Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, which was written in Sanskrit by Srila Rupa Goswami Prabhupada. He was the chief of the 6 Goswamis, who were the direct disciples of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. When he first met Lord Chaitanya, Srila Rupa Goswami Prabhupada was engaged as a minister in the Mohammedan government of Bengal. He and his brother Sanatana were then named Dabir Kasa and Sakar Malik respectively, and they held responsible posts as ministers of Nawab Hussain Shah. At that time, 500 years ago, the Hindu society was very rigid, and if a member of the Brahmana caste accepted the service of a Muhammadan ruler, he was at once rejected from Brahmana society. That was the position of the 2 brothers, Dabir Kasa and Sakar Mallika. They belonged to the highly situated Saraswata Brahmana community, but they were ostracized due to their acceptance of ministerial posts in the government of Hussain Shah. It is the grace of Lord Chaitanya that he accepted these 2 exalted personalities as his disciples and raised them to the position of Goswamis, the highest position of Brahminical culture. Similarly, the Lord Chaitanya accepted Haridas Thakur as his disciple, although Haridas happened to be born of a Mohammedan family, and Lord Chaitanya later on made him the Acharya of the chanting of the holy name of the Lord. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Shall I continue next paragraph?
Okay, thank you. So maybe next. Yeah, so next who want to read? Nalini Mataji, okay, and then Kalyani Mataji like that.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Lord Chaitanya's principle is universal. Anyone who knows the signs of Krishna and is engaged in the service of the Lord is accepted as being in a higher position than a person born in the family of a Brahmana. That is the original principle accepted by all Vedic literatures, especially the Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam. The principle of Lord Chaitanya's movement in educating and elevating everyone to the exalted post of a Goswami is taught in the nectar of devotion.
Hare Krishna.
Shall I continue or Kalyani?
Yes, please continue. Next, somewhat.
Lord Chaitanya met the two brothers, Dabirkas and Sakara Malik, in a village known as Ramakeli in the district of Alding. And after that meeting, the brothers decided to retire from government service and join Lord Chaitanya, Dabirkasa. Lord Chaitanya. Dabirkasa, who was later to become Rupa Goswami, retired from his post and collected all the money he had accumulated during his service. It is described in the Chaitanya Charitamrita that his accumulated savings in gold coins equaled millions of dollars and filled a large boat. He divided the money in a very exemplary manner, which should be followed by devotees in particular and by humanity in general. 50% of his accumulated wealth was distributed to the Krishna conscious persons, namely the Brahmanas and the Vaishnavas. 25% was distributed to relatives and 25% was kept against emergency expenditures and personal difficulties. Later on, when Shakara Malik also proposed to retire, the Nawab was very much agitated.
Hare Krishna. Yes, Mataji, thank you. So just pause, Hajar pause. Now you just read out that how to distribute our money. That's Rupa Goswami is ideal for us. That he told that 50% of our income distribute, right, for the pleasure of Lord and the devotees. 25% is again for personal use, and 25% is of our income for safety purpose. So how to use this principle in our day-to-day life? In our case, if it is it applicable for us? So what is the opinion? Anybody can conclude something? How to understand? Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, could you please repeat what you said now?
Now you read that Rupa Goswami shared his property. 50% is distributed to the devotees and use it for Lord's service, right? And 25% of his income
For his relatives.
is used for his personal use, and 25% of the property is for the future, right?
Yes.
So how to use this principle in our life? How to apply this principle in our particular life? Is it practical? How to understand?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes. Am I audible?
Yes, Prabhuji. Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes.
This Varnashrama system is designed like that, Prabhuji. Every Grihastha had their responsibility to serve brahmacharis, vanaprasthas and sannyasis, and all that temple. Once we use our income in the service of Krishna through this guru and devotees, it will be helpful for distribution of Krishna consciousness, Prabhuji. So everyone should
No, my point that just have a discussion for 2 minutes, that what Rupa Goswami set example for us, is it practical or not?
Yes, Prabhu, especially for the Grihasthas, those who are earning.
Yeah.
So, like somebody is earning 1 lakh rupees
Yes.
per month.
Yeah.
So 25% he can spend for maintaining family.
Okay, okay. Now for 1 lakh and 50% of 50 lakhs.
No, for
50,000.
25,000 we can spend for family expenditure. Then 25,000 you can save for insurance and for future things.
Yes.
And then 50,000 you can spend for organizing programs, donating to temples, and all these things. If it's preaching, then he can use to make prasadam for the people who are coming to attend the classes, and then donating to the temples, to the institutions. So
Okay. So now I'm just very I'm just asking to you. So this principle,
Prabhuji, I
are
would
you
like
following?
to,
Do you follow this principle?
no, not.
Prabhuji, I would like to just mention, I don't know whether I'm right or wrong. See, in today's culture and the trend that is going on in this yuga, every individual person should not have desires with this, should not have any desires in material, in this sort of world. That he should not be always in earning anything that is for him alone. If he doesn't have any desires like that to build houses, he can do, but all with proper, proper accounting way. But only thinking of God, definitely, even if it is a less amount, his earning is less amount, he will definitely know how much he has to contribute for Krishna service. So
So
thereby,
my point that what Rupa Goswami has told us, what Rupa Goswami has set example is a practical, impractical. Now question comes. What is your opinion? Yes, Kalyan Mataji, is practical or impractical?
Prabhuji, it needs purity. Prabhuji, how much you pure, then it will become practical. If otherwise, it is impractical.
Everybody agrees it's impractical?
Our sir, Dr. Lila Purushottam Prabhu, is spending almost 80% for services. And I don't know whether he's saving anything or not. So from our IIT days, when we were in PhD,
Yes.
you would spend all the money to prepare prasadam for all of us, arranging festivals. So he's practically doing that.
Okay. So, but what I listen, some of the senior devotees, just like one class, his guest Sarvampu was answering this question. One day, that one devotee asked the question: is it practical, impractical nowadays? So he told that he just give his understanding. Suppose simple life, high thinking. Suppose as for a need, so we just spend money. Suppose I have income 1 lakh, for example. So suppose I spent 60,000, 70,000, whatever as per my need. The remaining amount I distributed. I say spend. Suppose 40,000 I save. So 40,000, 50%, 20,000 I distribute among the devotee and Lord service. Then 25 means 10,000, just like, for keeping saving, and 10,000 emergency condition. In this way, they divided the, this income source amount distributed. So is it practical? But sometimes you say, okay, suppose somebody has income 10,000 or for 8,000, because everybody not the richest person. So 10,000, 8,000 to survive, they need money. So how he'll contribute? So, and also it's a voluntary things. When beginner Krishna conscious start with 1%, 2%, 3%, 5%, it reached up to the highest, up to 50%. So in this way, it varies from devotee to devotee, as Mata said, as you pure, as you advance, like that, as you surrender. In this way, that can go. Okay, so we'll stop around 8 o'clock. So let me discuss something. So in our class, Prabhuji will continue for tomorrow for full 2 hours class, or 7 p.m. to 8:30. So now Prabhuji, I think discuss this sloka, that is Shad Goswami Ashtakam. So Yes. So then, okay. So, okay. So in the one book that is called the Gaura Ganadasika Dipika, Sri Goswami is considered as a Manjari, Rupa Manjari. But Rupa Manjari in the eternal pastime, he saw as Rupa Manjari. But the sadhaka deha here in this material world, that he act as a Rupa Goswami. So Bhakti Rasam Sindhu is the most celebrated book by Rupa Goswami. Book was written in the Adi Lila 10.84 purport. So now I'm just sharing another slide, something to discuss. Okay, so in this book we'll find there is no sloka, particularly just like Bhagavad Gita, we have 700 sloka, or a Upanishad, or Nectar of Instruction, as whatever we have covered in this in the Bhakti Shastri. So this book, this is a Nenodi, Nectar of Devotion, Bhakti Rasam Sindhu. But in the original book, we'll find all the sloka. So in this श्लोक श्री चैतन्य मनोविष्टम स्थापितम एन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदामयम ददाति स्व पदांतिकम. So Rupa Goswami know the mind of Lord Chaitanya. So in this world, the mission to fulfill desire of Lord Chaitanya, so Rupa Goswami pray that Kadas Swayam Rupa, when will the Rupa Goswami Prabhupada, that Stapitam ena bhutale, who was established within this material world, but that is Sri Chaitanya Manobishtam. What is the will of the Lord Chaitanya? What is the mission of Lord Chaitanya? So Rupa Goswami knows. So he is just asking, Mahyam Padati Supadatinam, just gives me shelter under his lotus feet. So he is a Mangalacharan Parthana, and also Rupa Goswami wrote another verse to glorify Lord Chaitanya in Chaitanya Charitamrita, that this case Anarpita charim chirad karnaya avartina kalo samarpaitam unnato jalarasam sobhakti sriyam hari purata sundara duti kadam sandipita sada hudaya kandare spuruto sachinandana. That Lord Hari, which is Sachinandana, the son of the Sachi Mata. So that Sada O Hudaya Kandare Spuruto, that Lord should situated in innermost chamber of our heart. So his color, the molten gold, and he appeared when age of Kali. Why? He is appearing because of causes mercy. He distributing what he has not offered, that is Anarpita Charichidam. For a long time he has not actually offered. What he is offering? That Unnat Ujjal Rasa. What Rasa? That is the Unnat Ujjal. That is male of conjugal love. Swa Bhakti Shyam, that is own Bhakti he is distributing. So this is a prayer written by Rupa Goswami for Lord Chaitanya, and also this is the one of the reason, that external reason appearance of Lord Chaitanya. Okay, he's distributing the conjugal ras. So this is the Rupa Goswami pray to Lord Chaitanya. So even if in the Satya Yuga also he didn't distribute. That means this is the only conjugal rasa in the Kali Yuga, and also the own rasa, the pure rasa. And also Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur glorifying the Rupa Goswami. What he says? Bhakti purvai stita tamtu rasam pasyad yat atadihi Tam Naumi Satatam Rupa Nam Priya Janam Hare. He says that in prayers that Purvai Tam Bhakti Sitatu. In the past, there are a lot of people, they have also followed, they did also devotional service. So I pray Tam Satatam Naumi. I continuously pray. Ape Abhisan says to Rupa Goswami, Rupa Nam Hare Priya Janam. He is dear to all devotees or dear to also all Lord. So Yat Atadi, his causeless mercy for humanity, what he is doing? He has received the intelligence, that means he Rasam Pasyade. He has written a book, how to do bhakti. So I pray to the Goswami. So many people, so many devotees already follow the path of bhakti and achieve perfection. But Rupa Goswami, what extra he did? He wrote a book, how to follow, how to practice bhakti. So he has given a way for us. So prolific writing he has done. He has written a lot of books. Ujjwalina Mani, Bhakti Rasam Sindhu. So they various spiritual emotion for sadhak, how to follow, he has written. So that's why Srila Vishwanath Thakur also glorified Rupa Goswami in this verse. And same way, Jiva Goswami also glorify to Rupa Goswami about writing the Bhakti Rasam Sindhu. So he says that Bhakti Rasam Sindhu, that using the rasa presented in Srimad Bhagavatam. What is Bhakti Rasam Sindhu? So he quoted so many verses from Bhagavatam in order to understand authenticity. That's why in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, the one verse comes, Vichar, it is there is a bhajan also. Vichar kariya mane, bhakti rasa aswadane, madhyastha si bhagavata purana. So if you contemplate, you do nidhyasan, introspect, to release the nectar devotion, so that you have to quote from the Srimad Bhagavatam. So this is a song by Narottam Das Thakur. Okay, all the Acharya commentary, in the Srimad Bhagavad Gita, so many commentary, but in the Bhakti Rasam Sindhu, so particularly Gaudiya Parampara, so many commentary. So Jiva Goswami also written one commentary. So what he says in Chaitanya Charitamrita mentioned, Prabhu kahe suno rupa bhakti rasera lakshana sutre rupe kahi vistara na jaye varnana. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when taught 10 days to Rupa Goswami, the Swastamita Ghat, Banaras, he says that, my dear Rupa, please listen to me. It is not possible to describe the devotion service completely, but I am just giving a draft, a synopsis to understand what is symptom of the devotion service. Why? He says it's a sagar, it's a samudra, it's an ocean. That's why Lord Chaitanya says to Goswami, Para parag sunya gavira bhakti rasa sindhu tumaye chakhaite tara kahi ek bindu. Just to help you to test it, I am describing but one drop only. This is a oceanic transcendental mellow of devotion service. You cannot, just like you cannot measure what is the starting, what is the midpoint, what is the end point of the ocean. Like that, Bhakti Rasam Sindhu is oceanic. I cannot explain, but I can give one drop. But this book is so important for our Gaudiya Parampara. Why? Why is it so important for Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya? Anybody has any understanding? Why is it so important? Yes? Anyone wants to share? Nilachal Prabhu, you want to share something? Why is it so important? Hare Krishna. Kalyan Mataji, you want to say something? Why is so important? This book is. Akshep.
Rupa Goswami is the Pradhan Acharya of Gaudiya Vaishnava Parampara, so we are Rupanugas. And these two books, Nectar of Instruction and Nectar of Devotion, it's a direct instruction to how to perform bhakti and what are the symptoms of bhakti. Everything is mentioned clearly here. So I think that is why it's maybe most important books.
Prabhuji, in practical application, these are the very necessary points to grow in the devotional service. That is also one point, I think.
Okay. Yeah, it's important. Why? It is important because you know that is Govinda Bhasya. The Govinda Bhasya, the Baladev Vidyabhushan. In the Bhagavad Gita, we just see the introduction. Before introduction, Srila Prabhupada says, I offered this book to Baladev Vidyabhushan. The Baladev Vidyabhushan written in Govinda Bhasya. In Gita also in Gaudiya Parampara there are 4 commentary. But here in this Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, just it is Guru Goswami wrote before 500 years back around. But it has so many commentary. Because even the, it's a, in Jiva Goswami has written one commentary, Durgam Sangamani Tika. What is Durgam? It's difficult to understand. Those are very difficult concept to understand. That Sangam very easily you can Samyak Gameti and you can easily understand this concept. That's why Jiva Goswami written Durgam Sangamani Tika. Also, our Vishwanath Thakur also written one commentary, Bhakti Sara Padarsan Tika. That is the essence of the bhakti. So give a light. So that's why so many commentaries are there. One commentary that Artha Ratna Alpadipika, Mukundas Goswami. He is a disciple of the Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami. That my tika is very little, but it's pleasing to Vaishnava. That's why this book is very, very important because it has so many definitions. What is definition? As we discuss now, what is bhakti, what is rasa, what is prema, like that. What is different of rasa? This is all terminology. So that terminology means the important conclusive understanding for us. That's why Goswami, before writing this book, he defined what is bhakti. Okay. So now if I ask you, what is bhakti? What is the answer? What is the definition of bhakti? Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, bhakti means devotional service.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes. Yeah.
Prabhuji, bhakti means to understand the desire of Krishna, the mood of Krishna.
Yes. But Rupa Goswami is in books, it's not written only bhakti, he's written actually pure bhakti. So Rupa Goswami has utilized intelligence, put things together very systematic way, understand, to explain what is bhakti, what are the different types of bhakti, what is the qualification of bhakti, what is rasa, what are the components of bhakti, so on and so forth. Why is written? Because it's necessary. Otherwise, we will fall in a lot of confusion. Somebody say, I also do Samaj Bhakti, I do also other Bhakti, other Devata Bhakti. So in order to, free from confusion, Rupa Goswami has written this book. And also, Bhakti means only Vishnu, only Krishna. Okay. So what is nectar devotion and what is Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu? Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes, what is Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu and what is nectar devotion?
Prabhuji, both are the same.
Is it? It's not exactly like that. Nectar devotion is not a translation of Bhakti Rasam Sindhu. Try to understand this point. Very, very important. Nectar devotion Prabhupada has written, but Rupa Goswami has written as a Bhakti Rasam Sindhu. So it is a summary study, just like you see in the Srila Prabhupada gives detection, Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, just like word meaning, then translation, then purport, is not it? But in this nectar devotion, you will not find this format. Why? Because this is a summary study, just like a Krishna book. Krishna book, the 10th canto summary study. Before writing the 10th canto, Krishna book Prabhupada wrote in 1970, the Krishna book. This is a summary study of the 10th canto, just like Chaitanya Charitamrita. Before writing Chaitanya Charitamrita, Prabhupada gave teaching of Lord Chaitanya. Like that, Bhakti Rasam Sindhu, the Rupa Goswami written, but Prabhupada wrote as a nectar devotion. Why? So sometimes Prabhupada give word understanding, sometimes as per time plus circumstances, he elaborates sometimes, or sometimes Prabhupada gives a gist to it, or understanding. So that's why Srila Rupa Goswami teaching through this nectar devotion is not actually original. This is not original exactly translation. It is just a summary study.
Prabhuji, original books are also available in
Yeah, it's
English?
available. Also, it's available, and in our ISKCON also, His Holiness Bhanuswami Maharaj has translated this original books. If now question comes, Srila Prabhupada wrote Teaching of Lord Chaitanya, it's a summary study, and after that he gives actually Chaitanya Charitamrita, test by test commentary. Srila Prabhupada wrote Krishna book, after that he gives the Srimad Bhagavatam, test by test. Like that, to fully appreciate the Bhakti Rasam Sindhu, it's good to read also complete translation of the text and commentaries. So before that, in our course, particularly in Bhakti Rasam Sindhu or Nectar Devotion in the Bhakti Shastri, we are not reading also full book. It has 51 chapter. We are just reading 19 chapter. Okay. So if you understand what is Bhakti, Valda Vidyabhushan in the commentary, Bhagavad Gita 6.47. What the verse? You remember? 6th chapter 47 verse. Anybody can recite? Bhagavad Gita 6th chapter 47 verse. What is the verse? Anyone know? Anyone know? Yoginam api sarvesam.
मद्गतेनान्तरात्मना श्रद्धावान् भजते यो मां समे युक्ततमा मतः.
So in this verse, there is a term bhajat. This is bhaja. So Valda Vidyabhushan gave a very nice commentary on this verse. He says, what is bhaja? What is bhakti? He gives a definition of bhakti. He says, bhaja iti esa vai dhatu sevaya parikirtita. Okay. Tasmad seva buddhe pukta bhakti sabdena bhuyase. He says, what is bhakti? What is definition of bhakti? He says, bhaja iti vai dhatu. The dhatu, the root word, that is sevaya parikirtate. That is seva karna. Seva means to serve. So when Prabhupada translate bhakti, he does not translate only devotion. He says loving devotion service. Devotion service, not devotion only. So that's why the Vajra means this is a Sevaya Parikirtate. This is a service. So that's why Bhakti here in the in this contest, Prabhupada in the preface will find all the terminology: Bhakti, Rasa, Sindhu, Amrita, all the terminology, it is discussed in this free phase. Just I'm sharing another slides. Just 1 second. Okay. Is visible now?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay. So we discussed this point, and now we'll do one exercise, group exercise, that identify reason for Prabhupada writing this nectar devotion. Discuss how these reasons are relevant for our individual, for you individually and society at large. Select a representative to present the result of your discussion to whole class. So now, let me divide you one group. Two group I am just dividing. You discuss and among yourself for 2 minutes, okay, or 5 minutes can say. Then one should present what are the reasons for Prabhupada writing this nectar devotion. How will you prepare? You will prepare from this on this preface. You see, preface this page number and preface this page number. Okay, is it clear? Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji చెప్పండి बोलिए Prabhuji. Please repeat.
Just I am dividing one group, two groups. Okay, for discussion. The question is, you have to read from this preface, page number. You see the XIV to XV, page number XVI to XVI. It's written in your book, English book. Just see. This is identify the reason for Prabhupada's writing the nectar devotion, and discuss how these reasons are relevant for us, particularly individually and society at large. Is it clear?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay. So please, I am joining also to your group also. Please note it, and also discuss among yourself. I'm just dividing two groups. You join the breakout room. I'm just doing the breakout room, two groups. Yes. One group is Anjali Goel, Mataji, Jagdeep and Nalin Mataji, Kalyan Mataji. One group. Another Latanak, Meghna and Barakrishna. Yes. Please join. Hare Krishna. Please join if possible. Jagdeep, guys, you have not joined. Hare Krishna. Yes, Mahasundari God, Mataji. Mahasundari Gaurangiri Mataji. You did not join the group discussion? Hare Krishna, Meghna Mataji, did you join group discussion or not?
Yes, Prabhuji, I joined, but Lata Mataji was there, and then I think she also left. I think people didn't understand what. No.
So what
we
did you?
discussed the points like
Yes.
reason,
Yes.
reasons for Prabhupada's writing, and the principle behind is that Prabhupada wants us to teach how to love Krishna. That is art of loving Krishna, and
Okay, fine. Okay, Kalyani Mataji, Nali Mataji, did you discuss among yourself?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Please share.
Anjali Mataji, can you please share?
Okay, Mataji. In this text, we understand that we prepare our next life by our actually present life. So Prabhupada write this nectar of devotion, so we can all understand what is the love, how we love to Krishna, because we love all of us love learn from through our society, like we love our family, society, community, country, and nation, but nobody teaches to love Krishna. So this book is relevant to learn how to love and how to develop this 12 kind of rasa, that man is develop our relationship with Krishna in a primary rasa. We can live eternally in full knowledge and bliss. And the eternal engagement in Bhakti Rasa can be understood by the serious student upon studying Nectar of Devotion. When we study only Nectar of Devotion, their Rasa can be understood.
Yes.
So our auspicious life free from anxiety and will bless one with transcendental existence. So that is the main reason Prabhupada write this book. And for ourselves, this relevant, like in Bhagavad Gita, we learn that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And in this book, we learn how to love him. So, so that way.
Yes. Thank you. Anybody can read these slides? I saw you.
we have failed to create peace and harmony in human society, even by such great attempts as the United Nations, because we do not know the right method. The method is very simple, but one has to understand it with a cool heart.
Yes. Then continue.
The nectar of devotion teaches all men how to perform the simple and natural method of loving Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. If we learn how to love Krishna, then it is very easy to immediately and simultaneously love every living being. I am appealing herewith to such confused men to learn the art of devotional service as directed in the nectar of devotion. And I am sure that the fire of material existence burning within their hearts will be immediately extinguished.
Yes, this is a preface page, points. Yes. Again. So now I think tomorrow onwards that we'll discuss that how this ocean that divided in 4 parts. What is the introduction? Then the first chapter, like, so just 1 second. Before going to end today discussion, what we discuss in today class. Yes, 1 minute. In summary, so in the preface it is written, yes. So yes, in the preface basically, three things here are discussed. The brief history of the books by Bhakti Samsindhu and our Rupanuga. How, where did Rupa Goswami met first time Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, this thing. And then definition of the Bhakti, Rasa, Amruta and Sindhu. And the Krishna consciousness is the perfection of loving propensity. This is the three things discussed. And the brief history, who is Rupa Goswami, and what is the Lord Chaitanya's universal principle, and how did Rupa Goswami and Sanat Goswami join Lord Chaitanya, and Lord Chaitanya instructs Rupa Goswami, and what is Sri Goswami, we are Rupanuga. Why did Rupa Goswami prepare this Bhakti Sam Sindhu? He took around 18 years to prepare something. So, and this terminology, that Bhakti, that devotion service, okay, and Rasa means is a Rasa is not material Rasa, this is a spiritual Rasa, the mellow. And Amruta, this is a perpetual, eternal, and Sindhu, ocean. And in this way, preface we study, and also Rasa, that two types Rasa, one is the mundane Rasa, that is sense gratification, and the Bhakti Rasa. What is the definition of mundane Rasa? That is Chapal Sukha. Means you will get some happiness, and end you will get also distress. That is blinking of eyes. It does not stay for longer. So in the beginning it may be pleasurable, but its end is poison. So that should be the bhoga tyaga. Okay, if you're enjoying and you get frustrated, then you want to end renunciation. So that's bhoga tyaga. So ultimately, it is end in our death. It doesn't continue after death, and also doesn't give any guarantee that doing this mundane rasa will get the human birth in the next life. But in the bhakti rasa, that it is called amruta, and perpetually, continuously we release, and also even after death, and there is guarantee that if somebody releases the bhakti rasa, the next life must be human being. So that is the difference in mundane rasa and the bhakti rasa. So, and in this bhakti rasa, in the preface written that brings one to life, means he gives all subhada, all the auspiciousness in life, and free from all anxiety, anxiety, trouble, calamity, and actually gives a transcendental bliss. So, and also it purify our all designation, and it has 12 rasa, 5 is primary and 7 is secondary. We'll discuss in detail in future classes, probably discuss. So that, like, somebody can say me and myself, I love myself, then I love my family, I love a country, society, like, or ultimately this is all expanding loving propensity. Somebody love Krishna, that means this is the perfection in loving. So we have some loving propensity. Okay, the general the conditioned soul has loving propensity. So the missing point is Krishna. If we love Krishna, then we will be happy and fully satisfied. Okay, if we love Krishna, then we love everybody. So this is actually just a watering root of a tree. Okay, that is a verse in Bhagavatam. And Narada Muni says to Pacheta. Okay, so just feeding to mouth and stomach, that means all senses is satisfied. Like that, watering the root, then all plants of tree get nourished. If we love Krishna right way, then we can love everybody and to bring peace and harmony in this world. That is the and the Bhakti Samsindhu, what does teach us? That is an eternal engagement in Bhakti Rasa, and also how to stimulate our original love for Krishna in 5 different melo. What are 5? Just like Sthai Bhava. This Sthai means that Santa or Dasya, servitude, or parental, Vatsalya, or friendship, Sakya, or Madhurya, conjugal. So, how to turn on switch that will immediately brighten everything everywhere. So, we establish the Sthai Rasa. So practically hints how to live in this world, material world, and perfectly engage in devotion service, and thus fulfill our desire in this life and the next. So what right propensity, right, how to use your propensity, right way, that Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu teach. What is real? So for whom this book is meant for? For those who are confused and was frustrated in life. Okay, who are confused and frustrated in life. Specifically for person who are now engaged in the Krishna movement. This is a law book. Prabhupada says this is a law book for Krishna consciousness sadhaka. Prabhupada says this is a law book for everybody. Who wants to practice bhakti, they should follow this book so that what is do, what is don't, everything is present. All reference. That's a law. Law means we must have a reference. So in one slide you can see, okay, all the preface in one slide, that is present here. The preface, the history, the Rupa Goswami position, and the follower of the leader of the Sri Goswami, Rupa Goswami. Okay, they are fully connected to Krishna, and history of the NOD, Nectar Devotion. We are Rupanuga, and how this parampara happens, and what is the purpose of the NOD? That is to make each of us a Goswami. We are Godasa, we become the Goswami. And also explain Bhakti Rasa and difference in material rasa and practical hints to live in material world by devotion service. And also stimulate the original love in 5 different rasa. And science of perfect loving for all living entities, it gives the NOD teaches, that is purpose. And also natural nurture devotion's life of practicing devotee, the sadhaka. So these are 6 purposes of NOD, and in the definition of bhakti and rasa and amrita and sindhu, it is says that what is bhakti, and also what is rasa, mundane rasa, and that is chapal sukha and bhog tyag. Just like oscillating, just moving here and right and left, bhog and tyag. So it's a mundane rasa. But bhakti rasa is this is a fresh, eternal, forever for Krishna. Okay. So like that, we may manage to procure a few drops of sense pleasure, but that is an entire ocean of nectar devotion easily available to us. Always, by understanding nectar devotion, we can dive deeply into that ocean. That is called the Sindhu. That is called Bhakti Rasa Amrita Sindhu. So in this way, preface we covered. So probably we'll continue tomorrow onwards. Somehow the Prabhuji got till a specific call. That's why Prabhuji told, okay, please finish preface. So Prabhuji will tomorrow onwards, Saturday, Sunday evening, 7 to 8:30 or 9. So anybody has any question, points, comments? Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, you will share the slides, right? PPT.
Yeah, sure. We'll share. Don't worry.
And do we have class? Do we have class tomorrow and day after tomorrow?
Hope so. Yeah. Any comments? Any question?
Can we continue the class on Friday and Sunday only?
Yeah.
Okay, Pauji actually wanted to, because the Hindi class over, Hindi exams over. So their name is going to just submit to Monday for certification. Hindi batch, we had Hindi batch. Anybody finished, the exam finished, and result declare, and the total 23 devotees, their certification we are sending Monday. So we want to finish within as soon as possible, within 10 days, 15 days for your course, everything. That's why we will continue Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and it will finish by this end of the, I think, March and April 15. We are planning. So April 15, your certificate planning. Let's see. So maybe 10 class probably covered.
Prabhuji, how to upload the videos, sloka videos, Prabhuji? There are many slokas you are given, 4 sections.
Okay, that you can choose at least 4 sloka. So Bhagavad Gita 3 module. So at least we have I think 15, 18. So you choose any 4 sloka for the Bhagavad Gita module, and NOD we have 4 sloka. All are compulsory.
Separately, we have to upload, Prabhuji. Separately,
yeah. NOD and suppose module 3 module 2, like that.
Okay, Prabhuji.
Okay. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you very
So,
much.
I don't know how did I solve properly or not, but I try to manage. So, I will continue and continue fun tomorrow. Okay.
Thank you,
Hare
Prabhuji.
Krishna.
Thank you
Thank you.
so much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Shastri ki jai.